Hello, welcome back to Let Supreme Goes Thief. Winds of Misfortune by Skacky and Prinxellier, another French author, I believe. This was a mission that was made for the recent, I think it was called the Speedbuilding Jam or something like that. It wasn't a contest, it was just sort of a community effort to get some missions released at the same time, sort of as a little event. There were a few missions released. This is the only one I've played from that event so far. Let me know if there's any of the other ones though that you recommend, but this is a good one. Skacky-esque. Reminds me a little bit of his previous missions, but a little bit more linear, I would say, at least in intended gameplay. But that's not a drawback. The story is excellent and some really cool locations. So let's get right into it. There's a very nice briefing as well. Watch first.
Last night, while I was drinking down my usual ale, something interesting came my way. Wexler, a too rich for his own good art dealer, got hit by a heist. Word is, a band of thieves swiped a large emerald he's been after for years. Wexler's well connected in the shadows with Monsigur, the stone market warden, who always has his back. I can't help but wonder if someone with deep pockets sent those thieves to do his dirty work. They were skilled, organized, but not skilled enough. One of them got himself nabbed by Wexler's men. I'm betting he's sitting in some damp little cell right about now, wondering where it all went wrong. Normally, I'd steer clear of Wexler's business, but my coin pouch is feeling a bit light. Besides, rumor has it those thieves only took the emerald, meaning Wexler's place is still packed with valuables, a tempting invitation for someone with my particular talents. His manor looms over Downlock, a beacon of arrogance and ill-gotten wealth. Getting inside won't be the challenge. It's what I'll do once I'm in. First, I'll find this captured thief. Maybe he left a little something for me to follow, like a trail to the amateurs who still have Wexler's prize. After that, it's just a matter of liberating that emerald from their less than capable hands.
Okay, cool. Wexler's emerald was stolen, but chances are it's still somewhere in this part of Downlock. Break into Wexler's manor and find the thief who got caught. He might have left some clue as to the gemstone's whereabouts. This emerald is a real prize. Find it and make it yours if it's still here. The emerald is worth a pretty penny, but don't let that prevent you from relieving the nobility of its riches. 2,500 worth of valuables should make the point. The police is now a centralized force known as the City Watch. They don't like thieves, and they especially hate murderers outside of their own ranks, so don't kill anybody. Return to where you started once all of your objectives for tonight are complete. Good. Okay, this mission can actually be perfect Supreme Ghosted, which was a little surprising after my first playthrough. There are still some items that are very difficult to get, though, for Supreme. And those areas might take a little bit longer, but overall, this should be a fairly straightforward run. Just generally, it's challenging throughout, but not overly challenging, which I think is a very difficult balance to strike, but I think this mission does it perfectly. It's tough, but there's no unforgiving areas, like where you have no chance. There are always options of sneaking around obstacles. In this one, I'm an expert, of course, you can't kill anybody either. So it's a nicely balanced mission in that regard. Very cool layout, but a little bit different from what we're used to seeing. So, interestingly, there is dollarless contracts in the items for sale, but it's free. And if there's a free item, it doesn't count as a purchase. So that has been deemed okay to do for Supreme. If you have to buy it, then that's not allowed. It's purchases that are disallowed in the rules, so might be semantics, but we also want to encourage people to play the entire mission, and this is certainly going to give us a couple extra objectives that are possible to do for Supreme. so why not? An undermarket contact going by the alias of Darla has a few tasks for you tonight. So we'll read that. Nothing else. We got 2 rope arrows, which is enough. Okay. Save. Let's read those contracts, or that contract. Garrett, my boy, a little bird told me Wexler would receive a visit from you tonight. If this is true, there are a few errands I would like you to run for me in Downlock. Be assured that your services will be highly rewarded. First, Dame Harcourt has recently acquired a set of 5 vases inlaid with diamonds. Get me these vases, would you? I have no doubt you would have made a stop at the Harpies de Mesne anyway. Be careful, even though she has only 2 brutes in her service, I hear their hound can open doors. This is a nice little reference, because after the Black Parade, there were some complaints about the dogs being able to open doors, and here they're actually referencing that, which sort of is a nice way of justifying that being possible in the game. It's no different from like burricks or spiders opening doors, which they can in the original games. I don't know if they ever actually had a patrol route that took them through doors, but they could open doors if they followed you. Second, you have no doubt heard about the upcoming soiree organized by Monsegur at his manor. An up-and-coming pawnbroker, Klatremus, lives in the area and has received an invitation. He must never attend the party. I know for a fact the letter was delivered to his establishment, but luckily he is away from the city for a few days more. I want you to destroy this invitation, make sure no trace of it exists anymore. I do not care how you do it, just make sure it disappears forever. So, if you drop the invitation in fire, then it'll burn. But I'm not sure if there's any other way of destroying it. Maybe some of you can tell me how many different ways you can actually complete this objective if there's more than one. Lastly, rumors concerning the reappearance of the fabled cerulean dagger have come to my attention. Do not ask me how I know this, for this would be the end of you and me both. I want you to acquire it for me. Unfortunately, I have no information about its whereabouts at all. I just know it's supposedly in the vicinity. So this is an inquiry you will have to conduct yourself. Do these tasks for me, and I might even be so inclined as to purchase that beautiful sword of yours. With affection, Darla. So that adds then 3 optional objectives, which means that for regular Ghost, you don't have to do them. For Supreme, when you have an objective in this list, you have to do it, because you're not supposed to finish with any incomplete objectives. So we have to steal Dame Harcourt's vase collection, we have to find the invitation letter sent to Klatremus and destroy it, and we have to steal the cerulean dagger. And that we can do. Let's look at our map. We don't have any other map but the city streets here, and it's really all we need. We start here, and the map goes, or the streets go in a circular fashion, but it's multiple circles, and it elevates as you go counterclockwise. So we have to go like this, then you circle around here, you come back again to the upper or middle streets. Here's the bridge to Wexler. We're going to pass here actually and approach Wexler from, we're going to jump across here and approach it from the west. You can approach it both ways, but there's a specific reason why I'm going to do that. So this whole area here is Wexler's residence, and Harcourt Estate is over here. There's an inn close to where we started, and there's also a Hammerite area that you can't get into in a bazaar area that's also not accessible. Alright. Sounds good. We started in an underground area, and there's nothing really to do here. We have to go back to this little alley to finish the mission. Some tall buildings, typical Dark Project. Now, the patrollers in the streets down here right now are not hostile to us. City Watch Guards are, so we're going to meet those a little bit later. However, if they see us using any weapons, then they will alert. Let's climb up here first. Here we have a coin pair. That we can take. Whoa. In the water here is a water arrow. I think that's the only one down here, and there's nothing else of interest in the canal. There's a ladder you can get up if you fall in. Here's a food stand. Making kebabs, it looks like. So we want to be a little bit careful because there's great distances guards can see you. Gonna head in here first. Pick the lock on this door, which is necessary. See, there's a guy in here.
4 coins. I just can't believe I am working to earn just 4 stupid coins.
Okay, I'm first gonna blackjack him. He has some instructions. There's also a fire arrow in the fireplace here. This room doesn't have anything else of interest. And in this mission you can also push aside banners, which is neat. Let's read the instructions. Alaric, the robbery I commissioned failed, so I'm turning to you. Failure is not an option at this point, as Wexler will move his pawns quickly if the thief has divulged the location of his gemstone. We have to take this possibility as granted and act swiftly. You are to silence anyone related to the operation, and to extract Soren safely if you find him alive. For I don't doubt for 1 second these ruffians will use him as leverage. You are, of course, to retrieve the emerald as well. Bring Soren, the emerald, and proof of the thieves' demise, and you will be richly rewarded. Okay. Now, if we just take a look in here. Don't need to do anything in here right now. Special reserve, do not open. Here's a safe. And we do not have a key for that yet. So we don't need to do anything else in here at this point. Instead, we're just going to take these coin pairs here and be on our way. Here are 2 notices. Dr. Van Luckman does with singular pride proclaim his latest remedy for the ailments of the heart. For unrequited love, the doctor sells a leech-infused wine, where live leeches marinated in a jug of wine of a full moon cycle, so their heart-sucking power can draw out unwanted feelings of longing, leaving their inwardness free from unwanted affections. Only 16 silver coins. His humble office shall be found along Fettle Way, just past the fetid shop of Beerus the Piscatrix. Turn left again. Printed by Randon and Belgar, 835. An important notice to the citizenry of the city. Be it known to you of divers stations and conditions that on Tyr's Day next after the martyrdom of Saint Luzullus in the unified year of 835, the following proclamation was ordered by the most honorable Captain G. Truert, newly appointed guardian of the city, to hereby present his intent and purpose to restore the honor of justice and establish it in a manner most worthy of the good estate of our fair city. On behalf of his lordship, the Baron and his son, and the city council and the city administratorium, the captain ordains that the captain should hold the title and station of city sheriff, as custom dictates, and that the force heretofore named the Baron's police be henceforth restyled as the city watch. in service to all honest citizens and sojourners within the city walls. And furthermore, the city sheriff shall henceforth take his seat and stronghold at Shoalsgate Castle, in lieu of the sturdy halls of Fort Sewell. And furthermore, the city watch shall be thus arrayed in a tunic dyed in the hue of a deep Azurean color, to symbolize the virtues of loyalty, strength, and fairness. That by such cloth the city watch shall be recognized, and by its tincture made plain their purpose, to be known and seen as keepers of the justice and guardians of the law. And furthermore, the city watch shall be divided into 17 dedicated divisions, each charged with addressing, with various tactics, the diverse and pernicious crimes that plague our fair city. And furthermore, the city watch shall henceforth unite their efforts with the revered holy members of the Order of the Hammer, that they may forge a stronger alliance in the pursuit of justice. All to be done in honor of his lordship the Baron, under whose aegis the city prospers and is made secure. Ectoritas in aeternum, pax per ordinem. Thus penned and signated, Gorman Truart, Sheriff of the City, Sergeant at Arms, Master Provost of the New Quarter, Knight of the Silver Sword, and Custodian of Shoalsgate Castle. Alright. So the City Watch, huh? See, now we're going to get into the area where we can't get spotted. Yep.
Someone there?
Oh, that was him. You always want to wait until they get going again. If they don't give a settling remark, then you're good. That guy there is not alerting to anybody. Okay, so this is Klatremus. TM Klatremus, pawnbroker. His door is locked and unpickable, but we can get his key a different way. Taking it right here. Then we can get inside. Now we want to lock block the door, which if you're not familiar with that, is just locking it and then stopping it from actually closing shut. If you just fob it open again, it'll be open, you know, physically open, but the lock will be in the locked position, so that we can return the key and then close the door and relock it after ourselves. Now here are some letters. This is the invitation to Monsegur Soiree. Dear Mr. Klatremus, I pen this letter to inform you that you are hereby invited to attend Lord Monsegur's prestigious soiree. The soiree begins on the 17th of Recidivus at nightfall and takes place at Lord Monsegur's Wexler Estate. You want to be punctual, for this is a one-time occasion only. Please confirm you have received and read this letter before attending. I await your reply post-haste. Marcus Norrington, Esquire, 486 Grime Street, Vauxhall, Stonemark of the City. So that's the one that we want to destroy. To the most base Klatremus the pawnbroker, Dr. Van Luckman sends his greetings. I write, compelled as I am, to chide you in the matter of a certain substance of rare quality, which either by your folly or your ignorance, or perhaps both, you purchased from my mind for a paltry sum of 1 measly farthing. A man of any sense would have esteemed this value at no less than 40 florins. Indeed, the handkercher I lended you for 1 farthing is daubed in king's blood, the very own of King Grismund, the Child King. It cures scrofula, dryness of the loins, stiffening of the bones. Yet you, heedless as a dolt, called it bilk, and bought it only to make my maid muzzle her damn gob. Have you grown so swollen in purse and dull in mind that you misprizest what is priceless, mistake gold for dross, life for a bauble, and fate itself for a bit of play? Mark this, Kratos, and mark it well. I engraved your name upon 3 defictiones, that I will cast down wells and affix on walls. The wretched winds of misfortune, title drop, shall howl down your chimney and unto your hearth. May a rogue purloin what is most dearest to you. Farewell. Interesting. Okay. So in here we have some coin stacks. And then up here I believe there is a silver nugget, fairly well hidden. Just want to go slow because the door open. People can hear us. And upstairs, cleverly behind the door, is a green vase. And then there are some glasses here, and there's the handkerchief with blood on it from the king. All right, so now we can return the key. And they don't hear that. Safe here? I don't think we are safe here. I think we'll get spotted by that servant. So let's wait here. I think this servant is hostile. Or civilian, he's not a servant, I guess. Okay, so this is the bazaar area. There's nothing to do here, except for there is a piece of loot to the left, right around the corner. I'll show it to you. It's on a ledge on top of some boxes. And I haven't found a good way to get up there, except for actually stacking some boxes. And for Supreme, you can only stack boxes if it's very close to a patrol route in the shadows. And there is some shade in that little alley right there, right next to where this guy goes.
When are they going to bring me my dinner?
Hey. So what we have to do is we have to wait for this guy to come back.
Bring me my dinner. That's what I want to know. When are they going to bring me my dinner?
See, it's up there, on top of those little crates.
Over there!
Yeah, he hears that.
I heard that!
Oh, he heard that too. Try to be a little bit quicker here. Right here. As long as we're in the shade, we're good.
All right!
Oh, he here. Okay. I might actually have to. Might actually have to save it just holding the one crate.
All right!
Yeah. There. See, he walks right by it, but he doesn't actually go onto the crates. It's very close. So we have to go on top of the third crate here and then jump up into a mantle. I haven't found any place to actually attach a rope here. So we have to do that. Might take a few tries. It's like I'm not on top of it fully. Okay. Good. We did it.
When are they going to bring me my dinner? That's what I want to know. When are they going to bring me my dinner?
So, I wanted to do it before this guy came back. He has a longer patrol route, so getting him into the mix is just even more complicated. So, we could do it in one loop, really, of that archer, so that's good.
When are they going to bring me my dinner? That's what I want to know. When are they going to bring me my dinner? Who's craving?
That was not intended. Let's see if we... Because two of them are stacked. Like that. They weren't actually perfectly placed. They were something like that. So that's good. 3 crates back. So Supreme requires that you put back everything, crates back to approximately their original location. Wow, I actually didn't know he came in here. So yeah, that purse was worth 20. Readable here too. The Amber Coffer Auction House, where whispered valuations conjure fortune. Tonight's exquisite lots. Prosthetic arm of the recently departed Sir Lord Fdor, with secret coin storage and dispenser, capacity 128 coins. Weapons of fortune, wrought from table legs, bones, or pig iron. Ad hoc weapons, once wielded by miscreants, now brought to justice by the City Watch's heroes. Mummified Velocryptus, well-preserved and embalmed corpse of a prehistoric avian lizard, generously bestowed by the menagerie of Professor Wallstrom. Wasn't Wallstrom in a different mission by Skacky? What was that in Endless Rain? Correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm sure chat can chime in where Wallstrom has. I don't think that was from the original missions, was it? I don't believe so. Brasson Mechanical Calculator, a contraption of fine brass gifted by a scholar unknown, capable of multiplication and all manner of sums. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you are allowed to place crates when it's very close to a patrol route, as long as it's not on the actual patrol route exactly where they walk, so that they walk into the crates. But it has to be in a shadow then, in shade. Or you can put it in lights, as long as it's not sort of in the vicinity of where someone patrols. Some people are very strict about that. I am like, sort of, if it's in the same, in the alley or on the street, I wouldn't accept it. But if it's up on a higher ledge or a plateau or something like that, that would be different for me. Sorry. Forgot to save here. I forget the wording of that rule, but it's one of those rules that isn't, it's not quantifiable exactly what is a bust and what is not. So you sort of just have to take it at your own interpretation kind of thing. But if you stand here, they can pass you. They will not bump into you. They will not see you. So for me, that's good enough. That means that they won't see the crates, and it's in a shadowy path off the patrol. So this is the guy that we saw from across the river earlier. This we read, right? Yes. Here, can't get in. There's a switch on the back wall there, but we can't reach it, of course. So basically, we have now crossed. We've made this loop, and we're now sort of on our way east again.
What's going on over there?
He's going away. Good. Cool. What a cityscape, huh? Skyline. So here, this is actually a back basement entrance to Wexler. But we can't go in there now. We're going to leave in there later.
Over there. Must have been rats.
Oh, is that the guy at the top of the stairs there?
Say, have you seen Alan tonight?
Dunno. Probably drunk at the tavern. Lucky bastard.
Did you see that too?
I guess maybe we can't.
So, how's your sister doing?
She's doing fine. Why do you ask?
Okay.
Don't see anything now.
Okay, he did see us. Whoa.
Say, have you seen Alan tonight?
I
There.
heard us patrolling the sewers.
It was just a matter of going through the streets unseen.
Can't wait to hit the public baths.
Don't mention it. I'm sweating like
Let's follow this guy here. So here, this is actually Wexler. Up here. So we've now passed the front of Wexler, so we're sort of in this area. We went underneath the bridge.
So? Was that you?
I think we are safe here.
Nothing here now.
Yeah, here we are safe. Sort of a little bit unintuitive that you are safe here. Doesn't look like it from the shadow lines, but you are. So this portion is like I said, just about navigating the guards and the streets. There's no real way that I found to get up here. Not yet, anyway. You guys both going this way? What's going on here? Oh, okay. So up here you have 3 broadhead arrows. I think down here you have a moss arrow. So here you see there's a chain. So now we're getting up to the areas where you can sort of see there is a highway, a thieves' highway here.
Who's there?
Oh yeah, that's right. This is Harcourt's main entrance, actually. So we're gonna have to sneak across here. There's a front door guard that can see you. Okay. So we can go when this next guard is leading, I think. Have to be a little bit fast here. We're actually gonna... we're not going to hit Harcourt's now. It's gonna be one of the last things we do. We could hit it soon, but we're not going to, and I'll explain why. Actually,
Who's there?
Oh. Another guard here. He has a purse. Would be nice to get that. Why? How kind of you. You have to go very slow here.
Someone behind me? Who's that there?
Is he... I'm not sure where he is going. There are so many patrollers here that this is a difficult section to get through, because you can't efficiently go up the slope there.
Someone behind What's that? Mess with me.
Okay, I think he's actually turning. There. Okay. We're gonna go in here now. This archer, I think, went in here and then went out to a balcony there. I think he's gonna come back. I think we're safe here. You can pull out your weapon, and if you don't see the light gem flicker, then you should be in a perfect shadow, which means that they can pass you very close by and not give an alert. But in this mission, I think if they touch you, they will actually alert, just like they did in Black Parade. Which is a nice touch, I think. No pun intended. But I think that's a more realistic way of dealing with guards, that you can't nudge them. You know, although it's sometimes fun to do with special moves. Oh, wow. He did catch us there. Yeah, he has his back turned. So we're going to stand here then. We're definitely safe here. This is Van Lookmans, the sort of doctor, alchemist, quasi-doctor. Coming up on a difficult piece of loot here soon, so let's actually, we've passed a fairly difficult area here, so let's make a real save. Pick the lock on this door, if it's necessary. Here there are 2 carrots in the nose of this barrack. Behind the counter there's a stack of gold coins, and then there is a green vase up here. That is pretty much it. And then we get to a very difficult piece of loot out here. There are 2 pieces of loot in that window, and you can jump from the main bridge, further west here, onto the chimney, and then lean in and get it. You're supposed to take it from the chimney. But the 2 front guards on the bridge to Wexler's, they will comment, or at least the closest one will. So we are here now. This is the building that Lookmans is in. So we're on, I guess, a little balcony here, and they are stationed here, staring northwest. So coming from the west, from the bridge itself, is not possible without a first alert. For Ghost, I think you can do it. So what we have to do is we have to find a way up to that chimney without taking a first alert. Now, I've never been able to do that jumping from this ledge.
Into the man pits lately. Saw the faucets become.
The bear pits are so boring.
Did I just do it?
Why would I waste my energy on that?
I have never been able to do that before. I tried probably 20, 30 times. Let's see, I want to replicate that.
Into the man pits lately. Saw the faucets become.
So you hear the settling remark there? They don't always alert, but they do give the settling remark. I think maybe they were just in the middle of their conversation, but that shouldn't really... That wasn't a conversation, that's just idle chatter.
Did you read the new ordinance on the night watch?
Okay, let's try it a couple more times, because I have a different way that is reliable that we can use.
Could we gather the ale and
I didn't hear a settling remark there, but their conversation sort of stopped as soon as I jumped. It sort of cut halfway through. Did you guys notice that? I don't like that.
So, how is your sister doing?
Okay. Well, then we basically did it, didn't we? I didn't hear a settling remark or anything there.
Did you read the new ordinance on the night watch?
It's readable in there too. No, you will listen to me this once, and bide quiet till Grim Tom secures that deal with Monsegur for sturdier weaponry. Consider our finest tools, tin daggers, as likely to bend in a tussle as to harm. Old axes with a loose head. Spears so riddled with rot they will crumble afore finding their marks. We're outmatched and outarmed by Wexler's apes, plain and simple. Best to choke down on the pride of yours and accept their presence on our turf. I promise it'll sit lighter in your belly than a cold blade. Frigondus. Or Frigondus. So what I did...
Is that you?
What I did in order to avoid this
Hey, have you seen Alex tonight?
was I did this. But was there a guard in the streets too there now? Sorry for taking so long on this. I just want to make sure. There's a guard there. I
Did
don't...
you read the new ordinance on the night watch?
That's the way I did it. You have to sort of mantle up the chimney there because you can't
Did
get
you read the new ordinance on the night watch?
can't get a foothold really. On the ledge there. And then when the chimney sort of blocks the heart as hardcover, you can do that. And then you can drop down again here.
Did you read the new ordinance on the night watch?
Yup, too confusing. I'm just gonna do what the others do.
So if you drop down again, so that you are blocked by that chimney pipe, they won't see you either.
One of them fancy dolls.
So jumping up on that ledge was the more reliable method for me. I thought I did it once in my playtesting up to this chimney directly, but I wasn't able to repeat it. So if you can't repeat something, you're not supposed to sort of...
Dice after the shift.
Oh,
Only if I could.
You rake up a cheap ale, Catherine.
Touch no liquor since
Who goes?
gotcha. But I think we're good here. We didn't get any alerts, as far as I could hear.
Shall we play a game of dice after the shift?
Probably the most difficult individual piece of loot to get for Supreme. Or pieces of loot. Make sure we're out of view here.
Can't wait to hit the public baths.
We're gonna dodge that front guard again. And hopefully just get into the shade.
Should have seen the girls
that
the
you?
other night.
Okay. Should be able to do it now, hopefully. There.
Hey, that's a nice pair of boots you got there.
Yep. $3.99. That's as much as we should have. Let's see. You should turn around. Okay.
Who's there?
Oh, wow. The other guy comes back too here now. So we are actually going to climb up a beam here, but we have to dodge the guards that are in the streets to do that. And climb up. Just to do that here, and then C. Get it. No. That happened in the playtesting. I think that's better. there. Go up to this garden here. You can come from the ledges further west, but that's very exposed, lit up, and there are multiple guards. And a little bit further west here, you have the bridge again with the Wexler guards. So I'm not going to do that. What we have here is a bottle and a goblet. We also have I believe, a moss arrow here. Can't really hear the guards in the streets here. I want to be able to be careful. We're going to wait for this guy to come out on the balcony, and then when he goes in, we're going to follow him. There's a few pieces of loot on the balcony and in that building that we want to take, but we don't want to go through that building because there's some crates there that you have to move and rearrange for Supreme. Rather,
Strange noise.
this is very loud here, but quick here. Okay, good. So on the map now, we are now, this is where the balcony, the garden balcony is. So this is the little balcony that we dropped onto, and now we're in this building here. So we can go through this building and go to Harcourt Estate. I'll show you why I won't do that. And we took a goblet, 2 goblets and a bottle of wine on the balcony. And I went in here, climbed up so that he wouldn't come back out, which I think he's about to do now. Up here's a readable. Recall that miserly usurer hushed in his panny years ago. The Baron's lots were selling his things off, no doubt to line up the watch's coffers or something. And I ended up buying a few tools and a gravestone with the name Purcell, something for a handful of wedges. Well, the wife disliked it as soon as she saw it, thus I'm giving it to you, pal. Figured you'd make a decent table for resting a loaf of bread or something in your Lipkin? Your lichen, maybe? All I ask in return is a mug or ale or something, because I'm thirsty to the bones hauling sacks all day from the warehouses. Alright. Get a stack of silver coins here. He's going back out there. So over here's the exit. 3 crates. And then you can actually head, shoot a rope here, head there, and that's actually the corner tower of Harcourt Estate. Right there. This is the little balcony. And this is the building we're in, and this is Harcourt Estate. But doing that, it's very complicated to get the crates back in the right place. And if I can avoid touching those crates, I'd rather do that. So I'm going to go back here. And there's another reason I'm going up here now that I'll show you in a little bit. So this sort of killed 2 birds in one stone. With 1 stone. I've never understood that expression in English, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, I understand what it means, but is it common to kill birds with stones? In Norwegian, it's killing 2 flies with 1 swat, which to me seems a lot more logical than you would actually want to do. Can't do that. So I'm curious to hear what the expression is in other languages, like in French or German, perhaps Spanish. It's so difficult to sloped tiles. It's just ridiculous. It's so yeah, that guy was walking away. And the other guys here are way too far away. Alright. So here's a balcony with a locked door. There is a switch on the inside. We're not able to open that from this side. So instead, let's head through here. So now we come to the other side of that gate. Here's the switch. Here's a little, looks like a bracelet. 3 coin stack, 765. Let's see, I just noticed that I forgot something down in that other apartment, so we're gonna have to go back down there. So, there was a candlestick down there that I didn't get. Here is a sort of a semi-hidden loft space, if you will. Oh, come on. There. Little attic, reading and smoking floor, it seems like. And here is a key found in a bird's nest, very descriptive. So that we are going to need, and we are going to have to return later on. Yeah, mantling in Thief is still not perfected, even with new mantle. I think you need an update to that, a brand new mantle. But yeah, we have to go back down here now. And back up again. There's a candlestick and a couch in there that I forgot about. Wondering if the guy got stuck or something, but he did not. Yeah, there it was. I think he goes into the other room first. Now we have to get back to the streets here. I don't want to use the ledges to go back. It's too... Goodness me. The... Guess they can't hear or see me. Up here, but... Oh, there he is.
Hey!
I thought he had gone up the staircase there. 'Cause that's what he normally does. Okay. Here's Wexler Bridge. I think we've read these two. Yeah. Well, this one I guess we didn't read. Notice, on the day after the feast of the translation of St. Basmus, the unified year of 835, it is ordained by the aldermen of Tullerbury that whereas too many incidents have of late occurred, which windows and other property have been broken through the playing of Rumpelball, henceforth no person of whatever station or standing shall play the said game within the limits of the ward, upon pain of forfeiture. Any person found to offend against this ordinance shall forfeit the sum of 8 silvers, 8d, what is d? To be levied to the use of the alderman upon conviction before the city watch. Gilles de Chausvin, alderman of Tallobury. So Rumpelball is probably a parody of pickleball, which many people find extremely annoying. Oh.
Who's there?
What?
Is someone there? Nothing making noise now.
Okay. He is not supposed to turn around there.
Teach you.
Okay, are we not safe anywhere here? I thought we were.
Who's there? Is someone there?
Must have been
Here we're
imagining
safe.
things.
Okay, can we find that spot there? There. We safe there? Should be. There. Okay. I can hear somebody walking up on some grass. So now we are moving into this building, which is an unknown building, I think. The Mystic Square, being a fantastical history of strange happenings in the far eastern land. Purple vase there. The City Tribune, 4/11/35. The dissension of dies endures. In an unforeseen turn of events in the matter, which our readers have named the dissension of dies, after declaring this interminable litigation a vain, facious exhibition fit only to amuse the hoi polloi, the most noble Lord Rumana, Count and Mrs. Dominicus, has intervened. Invoking sumptuary laws, he has solemnly ordered Sheriff Gorman Truart to cease dressing the newly formed city watch in hues resembling imperial azure, insisting instead on black as befitting their grim duties. This intervention has shocked many of those who had feared that the city watch's adoption of imperial colors might signal renewed imperial interest in the city's governance. That the Emperor's envoy now sides with the administration in this dispute has only deepened the intrigue. To resolve the matter, a heraldist and king of arms has been dispatched from the capital and will convene with the city council on the last day of Recidivus to determine whether the contested color does indeed encroach upon imperial heraldry. In the meantime, the newly appointed sheriff has ordered his men to keep wearing their azure tunics for the time being. A proposition towards taxing taxation. The Honourable Lord Brianworth, Abbasist General of the city, has proposed a radical measure to finance the ongoing warfare against the city-state of Blackbrook, a levy on taxation itself, dubbed as the tax. The Abbasist General, or is it Abacist? No, Abbasist General, argues that the levy is the only feasible means of covering spiraling war expenses, citing the Baron's refusal to raise taxation following the Black Tallage riots of yesteryear. The tax collectors and publicans of the city have responded in outrage, threatening to strike unless the very idea is abandoned. This has sparked an unusual outburst of hope among the citizenry, many of whom did say, "May they threaten no more, but strike indeed." Market price updates. Grain steady 8 silver per bushels, except wheat 6 silver. Iron 40 silver talentum, following demands towards war. Wool 6d per bolt, 6 silver per bolt. Salt 60. What does this D stand for? Per libra. These are old units of measurement that was used. These are actual units. I looked up some of them. Ink 12d per vial. Scarce due to troubles in the Tessarian roads. Spices, paprika, and saffron remain luxuries. 3d per unkia. Materials, industrial grease type 3, steady 12d per amphora. Ambroglide 12 or 8d per unkia, and Prinxellier 5d per unkia. I think Ambroglide and Prinxellier are made up sort of metals. I think they were mentioned in the Black Parade too. Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here. We're gonna head out here. Let's make a real there is a guard across here. There. See him? Let's actually... So he can see you again and actually alert without being very noticeable. He has a very long patrol route, so it's kind of unfortunate that he happened to be here now. He's leaving, and also it sounded like the patroller. The archer patrolling up here also went away. So now we are looking straight at Wexler's in the white there. So we're now in the far northwest here. So we can look into Wexler's building. Sort of this area here. Love the lights in the windows there. Beautiful. Stuff like that just makes the mission seem so much bigger. Nice tricks to increase the world without physically increasing it, you know. It seems like there's life going on inside buildings, all that stuff. Same with the chimneys, of course, being lit. People are living here. Here's a purse. Then over here at this end there is a water arrow, but that's about it. Just look at that view. No. Okay, so I'm going to attempt something that's quite difficult here. Not that. Okay. Then we can't do that because he's coming back. We might just abandon that, but then we have to cross this noisy pipe here with people below, brightly lit. Don't like that. It's actually a little bit easier almost. So just climb these here. Save over that and try it. That is not what I intended to do. I think we're gonna... Oh, see? There's a guard down there on the balcony. It just came out now. There. He probably sees us jumping, which is not good. Yep, he saw that too. Okay. that. Okay.
Someone behind me.
You can't see that for sure. No. It's almost impossible to do that. So I guess we're just gonna have to climb across that pipe. You can do it silently. But now I can't hear if that guard alerts. This is... Trying to get a little jump here. Jumping start. Oh. I can't hear if he sees me, so... Just gonna have to go like that, slowly. Okay. Right. I think there are two pipes that are connected here. We have the guards on the bridge there too. Don't know where that guard is, or the archer is, but I think I was as safe as I could be there. Let's go in here. Okay. So we have a rope arrow and a flash bomb here. See, I can't see well from this distance either. We have a very well hidden piece of loot, one of the last things I found. A statue here. 3 coin stacks and 2 broadhead arrows. So this is some kind of a thief's apartment, I think. Oh. Gotta wait for this one to come. Can't hear anything either with that water going. Now he came back. He came up there now. This was a lot more difficult than I thought. In my playtesting, this area went just so smooth. Sometimes that happens. You know, you test it and, oh, this will be easy to record. No need to report anything here. And then it just seems like the enemies are just lined up differently when you play again. There's no way the Wexler guards can see me. Here. Okay. So now we're going to jump across. There was the balcony guard there. There's no way they can see me from this distance. Here is sort of a hidden area. No, no, no. Okay, let's wait for him.
I don't see why I should have to be the one down here in the cold and the dark and the damp.
Okay. So here is a mine. You can jump across it, or just take the other window in, but yeah. Let me just check a little bit here, because I did do things a little bit out of order. Yeah. So in here, we have a healing potion, a green vase, and behind here we have flash bomb. I believe this is a rope arrow, and a gas mine, and a journal. 11, Rights Day. 5 more books safely delivered in my hands this day. Within their worn pages lurk the secretful doctrines, the sort no common eyes ought to behold, especially during those dark ages. Ah, for the days of our forebears, when their vows of secrecy were observed with such careless legerity. 12, Bell's Repose. The wretched magpie. I now share the intense distaste the Hammerites have for the black-plumed rogue. For this very morn I did spy the flying fiend, with its beady eyes fixated upon my desk. Thinking it harmless, I did not shoo him away. A fool's mercy! For now my hands find only air where the key to my meditating shrine once lain. May this pest choke upon it. So that is the key that we found in a bird's nest. And that seems to be access to his shrine. Oh, whoever occupies this place. Here's a gold candlestick. Here's a watch, a purple vase, fire poker, and then there is a fire arrow here. And there's a hidden panel that lowers this painting, and that is the access to the shrine. But there is another readable here. Certain considerations drawn from the precepts of civil law, for the better informing of the minds of practitioners and servants of justice, to the intent they might be inclined towards the practice of positive law, laws rather than the temptations of equitable discretions. Without grounded authority, by Ledoyen Cravillard, sounds French. Printed by Ian Verdmore for the elder of Crawy at the printing house in St. Yours Churchyard, Stone Market, Anno 522, the city. The vindicators of the usage of jus naturalis injustice, being a most sentimental application of the law of man, presuming in such an insolent manner to impose the practice thereof upon the courts and tribunals of the heartland imperium, so must saucily to reflect upon those who shall withhold their compliance from such proud and imposing humour, failing to yield an immediate and voluntary compliance thereto. My gentle readers, I crave license to animadvert upon sundry instances of this unaccountable boldness and supercilious arrogance. In these remarks following, lest sentiments enkindle the hearts of the practitioners a fondness for the fickle and changeable winds of equity, as my worthy friend, the proctor of the baronial academ, doth opine. Imagine the city as a youth, precariously poised upon the brink of a great ravine. This is just intentionally made very difficult to read, and I don't think there's any message in this that really is important. Anyway, let's see here. 1197. Yeah, that's what we should have now. Difficult to get into these areas unless you sort of push through here. There. Now we have key found in a bird's nest. Here's another mine. Go around that.
Another little trinket for my keeper collection.
Here's the cerulean dagger.
I think they'd almost be proud.
And that finishes our first objective. It's an optional one, but required for Supreme. And here we also have fire. We can place the invitation and finish that. 2 optional objectives in 1 here. Nice. Now when we come back up, the keeper has come home. Lock that. We have to return the key here. Where is he? It's difficult to see. And we have to close this panel again. Oh, no. Is he... Yeah, he is sort of... Yeah, he's half transparent. If you go around here, I think we can be fairly safe in this corner. I don't know if he goes over to that desk, but...
Is someone skulking around?
Yeah, no, we were not safe there at all, were we? What if we actually jump over there? This. Now we want to leave through this window here because we don't want to mess with that mine. There. Good. I think he goes around that way when he comes back. over here. Jump in a mantle, maybe? Oh, yeah. Well, we can save here because it's dark here. That's just a scripted response he's doing there.
The darkness here really dulls one's senses. Back.
Yeah. That actually means that we got caught there, doesn't it? See if we can just... Nope, we cannot. Nope. Almost. No, because I'm crouching. I can't be crouching. Goodness me. I did this too in like the first try when I play tested. Oh my gosh. And I think that we are getting caught here. That was a settling remark that he gave when he went away from this area. Pulsating lights is the absolute worst, because there's nothing reliable about what you're doing. It's a lot more realistic, though. Good, now we can jump. Here. Sort of a secret little balcony. 1, 2, 3 goblets and a bottle of wine. 12.92. Read this: in the name of commerce, of profits, and most of all, of the coming downfall of the Tessarian Vizieret, whose sway over the eastern seas and the broken desert we expect shall soon be relinquished, as confirmed by our fellows in Blackbrook. W.E. What is that? Members of the Aldverley Lodge do hereby commit to the proliferation of mutual profit and prosperity, as of the year 835, month of Recidivus, day the 6th, in the elevated terrace of Mistress Hasson the Peruker, may any merchant who stands in this circle uphold the integrity and fortune of the lodge, seizing every possible advantage and supporting his fellow in the face of the shifting tides of power. So it is sworn by Master Edgord of the Pepperer Union, Messer Maverick, purveyor of sea salts and spices, Denst Halloward, vintner, Lord Signoli, Mistress Hasson of the Peruker Guild, Gabriel Yuldis, broker of ships and warehouses, the Honorable Master Thraves, Master Forger, Whiskey Jack, purveyor of narcotics, Robert Dabell, of the First City Bank and Trust, and Morris Gart of Red Blade Overseas Shipping and Imports. Shouldn't. Oh, can't do that. Can't do that either. A lot of reloading in this part of the mission here. This is not what I expected. Yeah, now he comes out. Good. Okay. Whew. Oh, there. That's where I should be. Right here. Because the archer that comes back is the one that goes up, I think. He might go over here first. So this is not... If I said Webster earlier, I meant Wexler. They sound kind of similar.
Who's there? Who said that?
Yeah, he goes up there.
I don't see why I should have to be the one down here in the cold and the dark
Go this way. There's just a bedroll. Here's a captured Crayman. Looks like he's used for some kind of display. Let's read these. This one we've read. Please stop the vulgar effusion of bodily humors upon my property. We just have to wait for this guard to come by here.
Something move.
Now we can move here. So we are now on the far southwestern edge of Wexler's actual main building. So we can slip into the garden. If we do this, also something I did on the first 2 tries actually. When I practiced. Here. Here are 2 goblets. 1322. So now we have entered Wexler's manor proper, at least. There's also 2 moss arrows in the garden. They're spread around various locations. Can't remember exactly where. Here's one.
I saw some.
And here's one. Let's see. So we're actually going to head in here.
Come to the fair
Actually,
When are they going to bring me my dinner? When are they going to bring me
let's wait in here.
come to the fair tomorrow.
These are Wexler's front doors. They are pickable, but I want to avoid the lockpick there because you can't relock them. So I am going to therefore approach the outside area where there is loot from a different direction. And we're going to come back down to this floor. The basement is down here. We're on the first floor right now. And we're in the sort of southern staircase.
You play a game of dice after the shift.
Got no money to bet. You took it all already.
See, we're going to actually pass the second floor too right now. We're going to go all the way up to the third floor because there is a piece of loot there. That is rather difficult on a guard outside the main entrance to Wexler's. The third floor is Wexler's private bedroom chambers. This guy right here. You cannot come in from behind because he will alert to the door, I think. Huh, let's actually check that. But I found a different way in. You jump up here. Then you can do that without getting a first alert, actually.
Who's there?
Can't do that if you... If you angle the mantle properly.
Who's there?
Okay, we have to jump further.
What I see there?
So I've done this several times without a first alert.
What I see there? What I see there?
Okay, he gives a first alert every time now. I've done it several times
What I see there?
without a first alert.
Who's there? What I see there?
Odd. Not sure why he doesn't.
What I see there? Hey, what was that? Just...
You have to go not all the way close to the pillar, but maybe a third of the way over. And when you jump and mantle, you have to angle yourself back this way, because the way that your body is arranged determines how far away you are from the light source down there. And if you get sort of out of the way of the ledge before you get into his field of vision, then he will not register that you are actually lit up. So that's how you do that. Now we can quietly drop here without getting into the light of that. Then we can grab this. Oh, I didn't know that he...
Arrested anyone lately?
didn't alert to the door.
Wanna come to the...
I guess I actually never tried that, because I just assumed he would alert
Arrested
to the
anyone
door.
lately?
Oh, what for? I'd rather kill intruders than arrest them. Safer that way.
That is actually quite humorous, because I never tried to go from the inside and get his purse. I just assumed that he heard the door. Maybe he is set to not alert to doors, or the sound of doors, or maybe it's just in Thief
Can't
1.
wait to hit the public baths.
Thief 1, they don't
Only if
alert
they're
to all
filled with
doors.
mead.
That is very funny. Well, now I showed you guys an alternate way of getting...
What I see there?
getting So we are going to go all the way over here and drop. And then we won't get spotted. So 1497. Well, that's why I took that pit stop, because I didn't think I could actually take that from the inside. We're going to now hit the second floor.
So if you saw it, could you sweep the floor for me?
I love the comments that one of the maids have. One of them, she says, "And you missed an occasion to shut up." Most of those lines are taken from, were introduced in the Black Parade, I think. Okay. One piece of loot in here. Go ahead.
Hello?
Okay. Could have been a little bit quicker there. Maybe make this.
Who goes there? Who made that
I
noise?
think that person is downstairs. Let's wait for that archer. I think the archer... this is out to a second floor balcony that... We're not going to go there until quite a bit later. Towards the end of the run. But that archer should come through here anyway. I think. Hopefully we're clear. Lots of marble here, so tough. There. Let's show you. This is the bathroom. All that's in here is a water arrow. Sometimes there's some jewelry in the bathroom, but there's not. I wanted to go up here because we're going to go into Lady Wexler's bedroom. You can use these rafters and ventilation shafts to move around quite efficiently. She goes out.
To think our tithe money goes to pay these pusillanimous watchmen.
Let's read this first. Lady Wexler, I am aghast at what happened to thee and thy most esteemed husband, and I thank thee for thy courage. Indeed, it is not easy to turn to the builder's true chosen, whilst the antiquated order still reigns supreme in Downlock and the rest of the West Bank. Thy predicament is most troublesome. Crime, corruption, and chicanery have run rampant for too long, and have devastated our once radiant city. But fear not, for one of the many duties of the builder gave to thy faithful servant is to make thy household as well as thy prized possessions secured from any would-be pilferer. I would like to invite thee and thy most esteemed husband to a demonstration of the latest prototype of the builder's watcher at the True Order's headquarters, Angel Watch. Our celestial spire is still under construction, but thou seemest so distraught would be sinful not to offer thee mine hospitality. I am certain the watchers will leave a lasting impression on thee. I am ever thy humble servant, and this is It is my hope, the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Father cares. Okay. In here, necklace, candlestick, tiara. And then we can get up again. Might be coming back, actually. There we go.
I can't wait to
250
visit
and
Mirren
125.
I can
Normal
already smell the
values on
grapes
those.
ripening in the sun.
That was Lady Wexler's bedroom. Now we're going to actually head... You can take these rafters around the various rooms on this floor, which is nice.
I can't wait to visit Mirren Valley.
But more importantly,
Already smell
you can get up to the 3rd floor without having to deal with that 3rd floor guard, which is what we're going to do now. Because we want to get up to Wexler's own chambers. Sir Wexler, that is. I'm going to make a real save here, because this is a difficult room. It's just tense, and we have to wait out the... We have to wait out the
Want to come to the fair tomorrow?
patrols of Wexler himself and the dog. There are 2 balconies here, and he luckily visits both of those balconies, so he'll be out of sight for quite a bit. The dog, though, is more troublesome because it only stays in here.
I'm better off getting hammered.
So when it moves away, we're going to have to follow it. And there is a key in here that we need, and I think 4 pieces of loot. 1 is on a balcony. Let's see.
Who's that?
Okay, so we can't go now. We just have to wait this out for this to work.
This party was so drab. I'm better off getting hammered at the local pub.
This just has to be timed, and right now the timing is horrible. So, of course you can turn off the lights if you play regular Ghost, but Supreme is not allowed to remove any light sources. That might seem horrifically restrictive, but it is what it is. So he has a random direction or random order of patrol points. Goes over to his desk, and then he usually goes over to the southern balcony where there is a piece of loot. And the northeast corner and the southeast corner are the 2.
Who's that?
I don't know why did he see me there?
Who's that?
Or he actually heard me.
Leave this awful air. Turn my silk handkerchief. Who's that?
There. He gives a little whine when he does a first alert, the dog. So we have 2 candlesticks here, a letter and a key that we need on the desk, and then a vase there, and then there's a bottle of wine on that balcony. This balcony here has nothing of interest.
This awful air turned my silk handkerchief black.
Let's see. Monsegur can yap all he wants. My trust in him is close to the nadir. Why? And did his opal not get stolen from under his watchful eyes a couple of years back, only to be found cut in small pieces several months later? And what did happen to this thief who robbed him? Nothing, that's what. Nay, I will have better luck if I hire my own inquirers, and you will help me. You owe me, Elizabeth. Don't you forget it. Still, I do hope the knaves who stole my prize try their hands at cutting it like they did the gems of Sarnoth and Monsegur Stone. If the stories are right, then they are in for a rough surprise. W. There. We did not have time there to go grab the vase and the candlestick. So we took the machine room key, which is actually where the robber is being held. Sort of a little prison.
Every day was trapped in surround myself with people I don't even know I'm sure of really. Yes.
And that key we have to drop back as well, which is a challenge.
What was that? I can't believe. To my eye.
Yeah, so he sees that.
These plebeians really don't understand anything. I can't believe this. This awful hair turned my silk handkerchief black.
There. Let's see. Oh, he goes back that way.
Oh, really dance. Who's that?
I would rather he went the other way,
These
so I'm going to try this
plebeians
again.
really don't understand anything. Can't wait to see their faces when I show them my latest. Garments are way too tight for me. I need a
It
better
seems like
tailor.
he's stuck on going there. Nothing we can do about that, but we do need to go out this balcony door. 22, and then the wine bottle is.
I really don't see why I should attend.
Show you this balcony first.
Do you have any idea?
If we go here, you can jump over to this roof and find a gas arrow, but that's the end of the line here. You can just get a nice view. I mean, it's astonishing, isn't it, really? And this is the area within the front gates that we need to get to without picking the lock on the front double doors. This is the balcony door that I said we were going to take later. So yeah, that's the only way to get to that gas arrow, I think. Let's see. I'm hoping that when he comes out now, he goes straight over to the other balcony. Give it a little just in case. We have to go back and then through the vent to go back.
These garments are way too tight for me. I need a better tailor.
I don't think that was a first alert.
These plebeians really don't understand anything. Who are you and how dare you break in here?
What?
I can't believe this. This awful air turned my silk handkerchief black.
Oh, that they heard.
I really
Tap there.
don't see why I should attend. The last part. Yes?
Did you hear the
These
me
plebeians
stepping on
really
the...
don't understand anything. Is that a rogue I see? Guards! I really don't see why I should attend. The last party was so drab. I'm better off getting hammered at the local pub. Who are you and how dare...
So he hears the door. See, that's what I mean. The guard outside did not hear the door that was right behind him. But Webster hears the door saw that or what he did. Yeah, now he sees me. Oh, I can't have that tap there. Don't know if that sound there is an alert or what it is. Could be. I'm not 100% sure. That's what I need to be. Can't have those taps. I don't think that that's an alert. Those are just idle. And I was going very slow there as well.
These garments are way too tight for me. I need a better tailor.
See, that panting sound he did earlier, yeah, so that's just a part of his idle.
Every day I was trapped here. Found myself a people I didn't even know I'm sure of really.
I think we're good there.
Yes.
I can't believe this.
There's another readable
This
in
awful
the
air turned my silk handkerchief black.
in the trash can over there that I want to just read. Gerard, rest assured that my agents are scouring all of Downlock to find the trail of the impudents who dared intrude your abode and abscond with your precious emerald. Even now they are raiding all known dens of trickery. It is only a question of time before we unravel this mystery, for it is probable one of my rivals commissioned this heist. If it is indeed the case, then we will have to proceed carefully. No matter what happens, your tribute shall not go to waste, and your prize shall return to you. You can trust me on that, Monsignor. Okay.
I can't believe this. Listen, who's that?
There.
Arrested anyone lately?
I arrested this big, huge rat. You should have seen it. I haven't seen one this big in a while.
To wait for one more loop here.
Handkerchief black.
Did you check it out?
Yeah, and I'd rather stop.
Don't know if that dog actually first alerts. I think he does. I've heard like a little whine. Let's test it. I don't know what he does. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. We closed all the...
Come out and my guards will take care of you.
Yeah, we closed the other balcony too. Okay. So now we do have to head back to the staircase.
Not to recoil from the
But that we can do by... By going this way, I think we have to wait for that woman to leave.
Your patina of civility. Something impish, I'll wager.
Someone there?
Where does she go to? Let's see.
Oh well, sorry. Guess it was nothing. I don't like this.
I don't know where she stops, to be honest with you. We're not going this way, but I want to go over to the shade here for now to dodge her.
Hello.
Oh, there was an alert. Now we can go down to the first floor, do the rest of that, and then head to the basement, because that's where the machine room key is needed. We now have 2 keys that we have to return. Oh, there's the lady. Quite crazy that we're safe here, but we are.
Oi! Wanna gamble with us, some?
Okay. Here? Actually fairly safe here. Safe enough to... Safe enough to grab a bunch of these. Lots of loot here. 8 plates, 8 goblets. A bottle of wine wasn't there. And gold candlesticks and 2 vases. I think we missed something there. Yeah. Grab that a little bit later because we're gonna have to go down the dumbwaiter there. I'm gonna go in here. There's also a deer leg, 2 grapes, and 3 apples in the dining hall. So that we can't do, we gotta wait for him to pass, but that's okay. Took another blue vase and a candlestick in here, and then there's 1 flute, I think, in there. This is outside to the garden, this direction. $32.42, and then we just have that bottle of wine. Should be one other guard too that comes down the side alley there. There he is. $32.92. Here's the dominator. That's on the bottommost level, so we have to leave it like that. Oh, can't have that. You have to wait a little bit until that guy in the bottom then. It's a little bit risky to go down here.
Hey, there! Who's there?
Whoa. That's not good.
Who's there?
Ooh. There, we didn't get spotted there. Now let's just hope that we can manage to do this. Okay.
Who's that?
Okay, he did see me there. He didn't see me when he was up when I was at the far back corner here. I don't know if we maybe made a mess out of ourselves here. Oh, I can't do that. I can't make that noise. You have to wait for him to go. He has 3 positions. One over here by the counter, one by the fireplace, and then one over by the pantry area. Took a goblet underneath the dumbwaiter as well. And then a gold plate in the sink, and there's also a water arrow. That was a lot more tense than, again, my playtesting gave the impression of. There's 3 loaves of bread, some carrots, cheeses down here as well. Now there's a switch we're going to have to flip behind the fireplace here. No, we can't do that now.
Hey, wanna gamble with us, son?
Whoa.
Thought I saw something.
Now he comes in there. Well, then we're gonna have to wait here a little bit more. So switch we have to flip behind the fireplace. You might have seen it. It opens a shaft, a ventilation shaft, that takes us down to one of the stores that we could actually see. From the streets at the very beginning. We're not going to go there just yet, but...
Huh?
Yeah, we don't have time for this. Ain't nobody got time for this. The only time to do that is when he has his back turned. Then we can hide in the shadows, and then when he goes back here, we can leave. There. So that has a pipe that you can see lead to a different area. So if you follow the pipes, you can see where what it opens. Oh, he goes back to the fireplace too. I didn't know that. Let's see. This is to the staircase up. Go down from above, of course, here. This is the machine room. This is where they tortured the guy that we're looking for.
Looks like Wexler got creative with his interrogation. Black Boots gang, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if he managed to stash anything useful.
So, we found the imprisoned thief in Wexler's manor. And now...
Key. Now what secrets might you unlock?
Now we have a new objective, actually. The poor sod concealed the key before giving up the ghost. Find what it opens. So that's what we have to do now. This key, we also have to return a thief's key. Don't think I'm safe here at all.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's not safe. I have to go back to return that key anyway, but... So down in the wine cellar we had... Oh. Should just hate that. One, and a very cleverly hidden second bottle of wine up here. Also did not find that on
Someone there?
first playthrough. down here quick. Here there's a moss arrow hanging from the pipe. And then this is actually one of the exits to the streets that we, let's see, saw. Isn't that under here at the bottom level here or something? I think so. We're not going to take that though. And there's nothing else of use in this room right here. Let's see. Nicely timed here. This is a barracks, and there's 2 stacks of silver coins in here. I don't think there's anything else. Except for if we go in here. Servant's letter. Dear sister, it isn't your fault, really. I guess the lady just doesn't like you. She doesn't like a lot of people anyhow. I wish you were here with me, though. I'm very scared because the guards have brought one of the gits who broke into the house in the machine room. And the sir has been beating him and torturing him. Not even the loud machines can muffle his screams. I was afraid of the thieves when I saw them, but now I'm more afeared of the sir himself. And now the screams have stopped and all is quiet. Emily. So this is an important hint to the location and the fact that you need to probably get the key to the machine room to proceed. That's why it's readable that sticks to your inventory. But of course we don't need it, so we're going to put it back. So this is sort of a poor man's servant's room. This is to get access to the flow press system. 1. Follow the pressure pipe to find the permission lever. 2. Await further authorization. 3. Find the permission lever. 4. Await further authorization. 5. Flip the permission lever. 6. Await further authorization. That's a lot of authorization. Okay. That takes us down here. Actually out to a little store that we saw. You might remember. There's a healing potion here. And there's a stack of gold coins. No, not a gold candlestick, rather. 3531. Here's the lever that takes you out. And now we're not going to close this because we have to go back here. We're going to return a few things, get some more items later. But we are going to end up just dropping into the canal from here, just across the ledge. So we have to return back to the inn at this point. So now we have the thief's key, and that opens... Oh. The thief's key opens the safe at the inn. Okay, let's wait for this.
Thought I saw something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for everyone to clear out here. There's also the archer. Might have a clear shot here. There we go. Water splashing, when you fall into the water, if they alert, they go to hunt mode. They don't just first alert normally to that. So it's proximity triggers. If you're beyond the proximity, they won't alert at all. So I think we were too far down for him to hear that. So we're going to head all the way over here.
I just can't believe I'm...
Oh.
Perhaps he's just lost or late. Hopefully he didn't meet with the hammers.
There we go. There's that guy again.
What's he doing? Perhaps he's just lost or late.
There. In here, we do have 3 coin stacks and a moss arrow. Then we can wait here in case he comes back. Thieves' key. That reveals this. There. So that's a secret that you can only get to, of course, if you have that key. So that checked off this objective. We still have to find the emerald, though, of course. So let's see where this takes us. Okay, so here is a hideout with dead thieves and something over there. See what this is. This doesn't look too pleasant. So kind of a shapeless, misty being. I love how they designed this thing. It's just, I don't know, just different enough to be ominous. It's the only enemy down here, and he's killed everybody, it seems like. 2 goblets and a gold goblet. Here there's 2 stacks of something. Everything is just roughed up here. More dead thieves. 2 stack or 2 gold candlesticks. I keep calling it stacks. Some readables here. Look, I don't care one bit what you think of the way I conduct things. We're the black boots for the builder's sake, not some second-rate scoundrels. We're professionals, and as my lieutenant, you should start behaving so. I get that the boys are pissed at me for keeping Mr. C around, but his knowledge and everything related to the Hammerites in North Quarter is just too valuable to go to waste. Besides, we can always give him back to his peers if he oversteps, but until then, No one touches him, and I mean it. Just focus on the Wexler heist in the meantime, and don't screw this up. I don't know who the client is, but I do know he's got a lot of money and a lot of connections. His knowledge of the place and the house guard's routine makes me think he might be close to Wexler somehow. Something tells me we don't want to get on his bad side too. Also, make sure that Gem Cutter does not see how to get into the hideout. It was really hard to find a suitable place in such short notice for you and your boys, and I don't want its existence to be known to anyone but us. I'm putting my trust in you. Don't make me regret it. And no more questioning my decisions. E. Now that our agreement is complete and half of the payment has been delivered to your master, your task is as follows. You are to infiltrate the target's manor and steal the emerald that is being displayed in the ballroom. You are only to steal this gemstone. Do not touch anything else. I have many eyes, and all of them will watch your every step. You are not to kill anybody while the robbery is in progress. Our agreement will immediately be void if you or any of your men do. You are to return to the agreed location once you have the emerald. Do not tarry, for my patience is short. One of my gem cutters will be waiting for you in the pub while the robbery is in progress. Take him to your hideout. Blindfold if you must preserve its location. Blindfolded. And let him toil. Your master will receive the rest of the payment when the cut gem is in my possession. And here's the gem. Cursed emerald. Okay, so that's the emerald. So that's what happened, is that some kind of an entity was released. Here's a healing potion. And in here I don't think there's anything of note. Oh, we don't want to do that. We have what we need. $37.52. No, there was more in there. Yeah, there's a vase on top of the bookshelf there. $38.02, that's what we're supposed to have. I have 15 loot more than what I thought I would have at this point, so I have either miscalculated. So I follow a loot list whenever I record, but it's a loot list that I've made myself. It's just so that I can keep track of getting everything and I don't miss it and have to go back later. So you're not supposed to use any loot lists or loot sheets, except if you make it yourself, of course. I know he comes down here. I'm not sure if we're safe here. I think we are.
What's he doing? Perhaps he's just lost or late? Hopefully he didn't meet with the hammers.
So our job now is to go all the way back to that store and return the thief's key. Return the machine room key. And then we have to hit Harcourt Estate. That's the last thing. And return the Key found in a nest.
Is someone following me?
Oh. Let's hope that we can make it back. That went much easier than in my playtesting. So there we got back a little bit of those difficult areas that I met earlier. Had a hard time getting back across and into this building, but just lined up now. That's nice. So, let's see here. I don't think we want to go back up the dumbwaiter. We want to go back up the main staircase, don't we? I think so. Close that. I saw my opening here. Let's make a real save, shall we?
Seen anything out of the ordinary?
I don't have much time to see anything. I'm busy here.
Make sure that I
wanna gamble with us some?
Don't try to run, Tapper! Just surrender!
Close the door there, yes.
Hey, wanna gamble with us some?
Did we flip it?
No.
I think we flipped it.
I'm not
Who
even
goes
getting
there?
paid at the moment.
Who made that noise?
Let's see. Yes, this is closed. Okay.
Hey,
good.
Wanna gamble with us some?
Oh no, I'm not even getting paid at the moment.
Drop a thief's key. Can't drop it actually behind, so this is the closest I think you can get it. Yeah. Which is okay.
Is that you?
That is annoying. Yeah, we can't do that. Try it though. Yeah. If I had waited the first time, we would have been able to go now, but trying a few extra times just wastes time unnecessarily. So now we have to head all the way up to the 3rd floor, so we want to go to the 2nd floor so we can use that shaft again. This is the 1st floor, so we want to go there. That was the woman. Yeah. Go. So now it's dealing with Wexler and his pup again.
Whose noise to see their faces when I show them my latest acquisition.
Yeah, that is the first load, I think. Right there.
Whose noise?
We can do this. I think he heard that too.
This awful air turned my silk handkerchief black.
There. Is that a first? No. I rather want to sort of jump into a mantle there.
It's way too tight for me. I need a better table.
Like that. That is perfect. So all we have to do now is return the key. Now anywhere on the desk would be good, but the dog goes into 2nd level hunt mode if we drop the key right back where it was. So we have to drop it on top of the letter. And that is acceptable for Supreme. If you had to drop it on the floor, that would not be acceptable. At least that's the senses of the rules that we have interpreted in the past. Is the same surface and in the vicinity of the same area. So a desk, then if you return it to the desk, that's fine. You can return it to the top of an item on the desk if that's silent. That is acceptable. And it's not just to place it anywhere on the letter. There's a tiny, tiny area on the letter where the key doesn't make a sound. And that is going to be a little bit difficult for me to find. I think I have practice enough to...
I can't believe this. This awful air turned my silk handkerchief
do it.
black.
I'm hoping at least. Whoa. He is there for a long time. What's going on?
Yes? Who are you and how dare you break in here?
There. That's the spot. Right there. And we have to do it without dropping it wrong first. So we have to do it on the first attempt. So we can't do it now. We don't have enough time. So we might have to wait a couple of rounds to get this right.
These garments are way too tight for me. I need a better tailor.
The dog has to stand over there, essentially, for us to be able to do that, so... The timing was awful right now.
These plebeians really don't understand anything.
So yeah, Supreme requires all items to be returned if the item can be returned, and it requires it to be returned to the original location if possible. And I don't mean, you know, if possible without an alert. No, if it's physically possible, if the engine allows you to return it. For example, if you take something out of a cubby and you can't physically put it back in the cubby, there's no way the engine will let you do that, then it's not required. Then you can put it in the nearest logical place. He goes that way, okay. I was hoping he would go the other way.
Every day was
Will he go there every time? Probably. Okay.
Every day was trout here. Surround myself with people I don't even know I'm sure of, really. Yes.
I don't think this will be good either, because when the dog returns, well, if he goes straight over to the other balcony, maybe it'll work.
Really dancing why I should attend. The last part was so bad. Better off getting hammered at the local pub.
Let's make a real save and see.
Did a shadow just move?
Okay, if he goes that way...
Huh. I hate bloody rats. Can't wait to see their faces when I show them my late... Do my eyes play
Yeah,
tricks
he
on me?
sees you there too. That's what's annoying.
Is that a rogue I see? Guards!
I'm just testing to see if I can.
Is that a rogue I see?
I don't think I can do it.
Yes? Where?
Tricky this. Tricky. I have a real save there, so...
Do my eyes play tricks on me?
Let's see.
Every day was trout here. Surround myself with
Who's that?
Ooh.
Every day was trout here. Surround myself with
Yes?
Every day was trout here.
Who are... Can't wait to see their faces when I shoot. Yeah.
Oh, wow. They heard that. There's not much in this.
Did a shadow just... These garments are way too tight. Who are you and how dare...
So there they heard it bang.
This off. Do my eyes play... These... Did a shadow... Really dance who why I should attend. The last party was... Is that a rogue I...
No, I don't think this will work.
These plebeians really don't understand anything. Yeah.
I don't think that round will work. Close. But I don't think so. It's the tedious part. This, I remember that during playtesting too, was 4 or 5 rounds before I even had a chance. So... that is sort of the best opportunity though. When he's walking that way and the dog is facing west.
I can't believe this. This
Light is a problem.
silk handkerchief back.
Right. This is the part about Supreme that is tedious, obviously. Returning things, closing things up. And especially when you have to wait for the timing of patrols, there's there's no way around that, really.
That's way too tight for me. I need a better tailor.
Okay, so now he goes.
These plebeians really don't understand anything.
So now he's running around. Okay, so
I really don't see why I should attend. The last party was so drab. I'm better off getting hammered at the local pub.
I don't know if this will work, but I will try.
These garments are way too tight for me. I need a better tailor.
There. So when I was mantling, which is the location that matters, he was almost 90 degrees.
These plebeians really
so that
don't
should be fine.
understand anything.
I know he doesn't first alert when he is stopped like that, like this. The engine sort of overrides his first alerts. So I want to avoid an alert there, but I moved at the slowest pace and I mantled, which does not actually speed you up. So we should be good there. Well, now we just have to leave, which I think we have the chance to do now. Yeah, he heard us there. Oh, that he heard. That was an alert. There. Now it's good, because if he comes over here and stares into the fireplace, we can move this way behind him. No.
I can't believe this. This awful air turned my silk handkerchief black.
Yeah, we're good there. Good there.
Can't wait to see their faces when I show them my latest acquisition.
All right, now we have to... I closed everything up here, right? Since this mission is supremable, I'd hate to just forget closing something. There, good. This can be a tough area, so. This balcony we haven't been out on yet. This is right above the front gates. So here, there's a ring. 3902. These are the pickable doors then that I don't want to pick.
Who's there?
Oh. We're gonna head this direction over that chain. We've got all the loot now in Wexler's place, except for that one piece in the front yard. Now, the way to get into Wexler's yard that I found is to drop down from this chain. But the problem is it's almost impossible, if near impossible, to get up. So I'm not going to do that just yet. I want to cover Harcourt Estate first. Yeah, they didn't see me. We're too vertical for them. Nope. Don't know why I can't do this. Here's a water arrow. This is the grate that I showed you with the boxes behind it. That's the one I did not want to take. So I want to come from this end instead. Here's the top floor. There's no enemies on this floor. See, there is a dog down there. That again. Don't like those clangs there. There, did it close this one? Well, we're going out that way anyway, so. Okay, up here's a statue. There's also a loaf of bread around here somewhere, but I'm not sure why. Let's see. Here, I think you can actually end up going down the stairs. We're not going to do that. We're going to... Let's see. Don't think we're going to take this one, but this is one you can take down to the sitting room. No, that is the one we're going to take.
What I see there?
You know what? Maybe it is actually better. I tried different ways of covering this building the best way possible. Maybe actually going down the stairs and going up one of those chutes would be best. Difficult to monitor them from above, but much easier from below. Nothing down here.
Thought I saw something.
Yeah, let's wait for him to come. Let's try that. Is this Dame Harcourt right here? Yeah, they can't see you through the glass doors, so be careful. One base. Wait, what?
The last time I jumped for
I think they heard me, actually. Oh. This really shows you how Supreme is quite different from regular ghosts. They're going down. What? They can see you through the drapes? Pocket watch. 2 gold candlesticks. And 2 vases here. 44.52. There's 5 vases in total. That's the complete collection, so. Now, there's a letter in the fireplace that we can read. To the most sottish Dame Harcourt, Dr. Van Lookman sends his greetings. Be warned, your behavior has desiccated my patience to the very end, and driven me to write you this missive in lieu of pertaining to the sufferings of the city. Most shameful. First, I must speak plainly, for you seem to have failed to grasp the simplest aspect of the art of palmistry. The odor, strong though it may be, is a sure sign of the essence taking hold upon the warts, and my balm is so stinksome it could have removed the warts from your most ungraceful bottom. But, to my horror, not only did you ignore my guidance, but you also sent forth villains by stealth of night to despoil the advertisements proclaiming my virtues to the needful, and even worse, fed the mouths of town criers to utter baseness upon my art, saying that I am a quacksalver? This I shall not stand. I, Dr. Van Lookman, hate those who hate me, and will hate them twice as much. Beware, I also master the power of the word, and by my recitation of your name backwards in the shadow of an uprooted tree, the cruel winds I will summon will hound you relentlessly with relentless ill luck. Farewell. What a guy. What a guy. I guess the dog walks a little bit faster than he does then. Here are the front doors.
What do I see there?
Oh my gosh, what?
Not quite Lord Randall's collection, but this'll do nicely.
There. 45.52. Now we come back up here. That's the best way. There's the loaf. So that checked off the last optional objective. Yeah, and the front doors is where we had to cross that guard. A couple of times, difficult to do. Oh. Okay, what is this? Okay, well, I'm going to close it, and that's a bug. I can't do anything about that. It's not my problem, really. So I haven't left it open. I've closed it, but a game bug is doing something to me. Did he hear that? So they can actually see you through the windows too. There. Okay, good. I was worried about him, but now he's coming out, so that's good. So we only have one thing left to return. That's key found in a bird's nest. Here. Let's save it here. There. Do that. And then in here we have a guard station with a guard that never moves. Let's see, and that person's worth 30. I thought it was worth 45. So that's where we end up at 45.82, which is max. There's also a healing potion here. He doesn't hear the door, which is great. There. And here we have the front door guards. And then we can... We need to drop down here. And then we're going to drop down again onto the sign here. Should be able to do that. Oh! I did not have a problem with that previously. Can we... Can we mantle up that sign then? I did not have an issue with this at all.
Who's there?
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's go in here then. I probably could have run past him, actually. Because now we have to deal with the front door guard again. Harcourt Estate. We were just talking about you. How annoying you are. But also what a good guard you are. Oh, oh, okay, I didn't say that there.
Thought I saw.
Have to get past here.
Sir? Who's there? What's there?
I could have gone around there easily myself. You know.
And the people up above me get all the light and get all the favors, and I don't have another thing to eat in days.
There. So now we need to climb back up here, right? Whoa. And then we have to find a way to drop safely back into the canal, which is quite tough to do because we are way up here now. Huh. It's almost like that's best to do way over here.
And the people up above me get all the light and get all the favors, and I don't have another thing to eat in days.
it goes through the nest. You can't really do anything about that. Close that.
Who's there?
Let's see here. I'm thinking that maybe going this way is best. Because I didn't really playtest this part too much. You know, I playtest mostly to know the order of the items and best route to take. Except for this route, I guess. No. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello?
Oh, he comes back?
And when are they going to bring me my dinner? That's what I want to know. When is they going to bring me my dinner?
I did not know that he came back. I think going all the way up here and then just dropping into the river is the best way, so we don't have to take the streets all the way back. But that's essentially what we're doing. We're just going home now.
And the people up above me get all the light and get all the favors, and I don't have another thing to eat in days.
Saw me. Oh, jeez.
Who's?
I have to just sneak around the corner then, I guess. There. Isn't that what I did earlier? What? Oh. I'll go through here again. I think if we just drop into the canal like that. Nobody's up here now. Nobody's out here either. Don't want to have that splash. There. It's not too bad. Wait for that guard to go away. I think that's pretty good. It's dark, and the splashes, if you're far away, they don't hear it. It's not like they hear it a little bit. They either hear it or they don't, kind of. There we go. Yeah, we should be good here. Awesome. Perfect. So, unless you guys noticed something I didn't do for Supreme, like if I got a first alert or forgot to close something, that should be a successful perfect Supreme, actually. In 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 41 seconds. We took 4582 loot out of 4582. We picked 2 out of 3 pockets. There was a readable from the thief in the inn that we didn't take. We read it, but we didn't take it for Supreme. We picked 2 locks, that's the minimum, if you want all the loot. No backstabs, no knockouts, no damage dealt taken or healing taken, and nothing and nobody killed. I like this mission. It's maybe not up there with some of the more well-known city missions. I think it's a little bit linear, but it's an interesting design and it's a cool story. And I think that the fact that you are forced to navigate through the streets for much of the mission is a little bit of a drawback. I think that's the biggest drawback. I wish there was a way to use the Thieves Highway, but that isn't really possible with the way that they've designed the mission, where you're supposed to spiral your way up. If you could do that through the rooftops, then you'd have to go vertical very quickly. So for what it's trying to do, it's doing it very well. But I think maybe that hampers it a little bit. It's possible to navigate through the streets, but it's a little bit stop and go kind of thing. But yeah, cool mission. Like it a lot. Very happy I played it, and the fact that this was just thrown out as a part of a drama jam is kind of cool. Next, we're gonna actually start the Godbreaker campaign, a 3 or 4 mission campaign, but it's really 3 missions of gameplay. So that'll be the first mission there is Slipping Away. That'll be the next mission I play. We're also gonna do another ambiance contest. That might come out before or after Godbreaker. I'm not 100% yet. So look for that as well. And your participation, I'm welcoming, of course, on that contest as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. I hope you enjoyed the run. And as always, stay safe. Have a good evening. Bye-bye, guys.